Wonderful. So welcome to Summer Art Flow. This is art classes I decided to do this summer for everyone who wants to really have a fun with intuitive art. But it's not only about the fun. I truly believe that art, especially intuitive art, can really heal us, support us, especially during these crazy times. And sorry, someone else is joining and I just want to make sure she is muted. Seconds. Oh, she muted herself. Wonderful. So lovely to see you, Nikki. So, by the way, I don't need to see you, although it's so wonderful to see your faces. The main thing is to really focus on this little canvas I have behind me. But like I was saying, the whole idea behind this art lessons was really to show people how easy you can really heal yourself, support yourself energetically, intuitively, open your heart, and really use the creativity in your normal day-to-day life. And that was my purpose, and that is why I'm doing it. And most of my workshops work the same way. So at the beginning, I'm just going to give you a couple housekeeping points. Like I mentioned at the beginning, my workshops normally look slightly different. So is this particular subject which I focus on, and that's mostly to do with energetical support throughout the intuitive art, because that's what we will do. You know, it's all about intuitive art, so intuitive creating from the heart space. So if your mind is still here, just let it go and it can have a tea break for an hour, because we're using our heart only here. The mind is really not needed for it. So therefore I mute you all, and I don't even need to see your camera. If you feel, you know, you don't want to show people how you paint, that's absolutely fine. At the end, we will have Q&A if you want, so I can answer any of your questions. Obviously you can have your camera on, it's lovely to see your faces, but I'm just saying it looks slightly different. In my normal workshops, I guide and hold the energy for people, so I need to see how you paint and how you sort of interact with your creation, really. So I just want to say this difference because it's quite important. I will focus more on the canvas, like I mentioned at the beginning, just because of the type of these classes. But like I said, we can have a Q&A at the end. The title for this classes, this particular one, because I'm planning to do more than one this summer, depending if people will be interested and if they will enjoy it, because that's the most important thing, is Summer Meadow. So quite simple, very enjoyable, very colorful, and I'm gonna just tell you step by step how easy, you know, I would paint intuitively this kind of title. Now, we will do short meditation beforehand, because that's how I teach as well. So it's always meditation connected to the particular subject. If I do one-to-ones, it's connected to the actual person. It's simple meditation, nothing to be you know, afraid of. It's really to connect with your heart and let your mind really just have a rest. I don't like to use the word close down, but just really have a rest and really trust what heart will bring on the canvas for you. That's the most important part of the process. Therefore, when I will paint and guide you step by step, don't get discouraged that, you know, it doesn't look like it looks here, or it doesn't look like it looked in your head, or how you imagine, or whatever. You know, the expectations are from the mind side too. Your heart will know what to paint and how to paint, and it will guide you, and it's all about the flow. So the flow, the energy throughout your heart, all the way through your body, through your cells, through your hand, and onto the canvas. So it's all about the whole process of this creation. So the lesson will take approximately 1 hour. I'm not sure if we're going to finish early or later, difficult to say, but obviously we'll have long Q&A, although it's only 5 of you, so maybe it won't be that long. Maybe it won't be any questions, that's fine with me too. You can always ask me questions afterwards if you want, if you're not connected with me on Facebook or Instagram. You can email me, and you can find me on my website. If you will type Maggie Goleniak, my website will come up as the first, hopefully, on Google. Never know with Google. So you will be muted, like I said, about the questions. I mentioned the meditation. I'm just checking my notes. Yeah, okay. So the last one I just have, that you will paint in your own space, obviously guided by me, but I mentioned that just make sure that you are really focusing within. Obviously you listen to me, but I would try to guide you really like flowy, but don't be discouraged if something won't work like you want it to. Okay, this is very important. This is a very important part of this process, to really not be discouraged. So I'm going to quickly show you what I have here in terms of the art suppliers and equipment. This page. Oh, I've got a little note just to say, don't let your mind take over, open your heart and flow it from there. So that's the way of painting with me. And I believe everyone is creative, because we all have creative souls. So that's why I said everyone can join. Anyway, this is a set I use. It's just a set of acrylics. It's got 18 colors. You can have smaller if you want. From people from UK, I buy this stuff for classes, because I paint with different paints, much more expensive ones. But for classes, I use those ones, and I buy them from The Works. Brilliant place to supply yourself with art equipment, because they very good price and pretty good quality. So I highly recommend it to visit them. So I've got this set. I've got brushes, which I have quite a lot. I have 5 different brushes. But you could have only 3, and if you will have 3, I normally would say you have 1 big one, medium, and like small one, even like I have even smaller. Where I have a little tray where I will mix the colors. It's already dirty, but I use like a bamboo plate, but you can use anything. You can buy really nice wooden palettes, which I use for my my paintings, which I sell, and I sell the palettes too afterwards, which is quite cool, because they look really artistic. So maybe not this one, but that's the old one. So yeah, so you can have like a plate or anything really. You can have even a piece of cardboard or whatever. Then we have a jar with water. You can tell that my jar has been used already. So it's got water, because acrylics dissolve in water. And I always have big tube of white paint, because the white paint is never enough for me in the sets with colors. And I always encourage people to have the big white size. Also, I did mention in the description that if you haven't got paints, you can just join with pencil and paper, which is absolutely fine. I do have some pencils on the side, because I like to mix things around. Obviously, if you're joining with pencil and paper, all the mixing colors you won't be able to do that, but just follow the guidance as well, and just follow the flow. Okay, although I think you all have paints, it looks like it. So so yeah, so that's fine. And the last thing, which I started to use a couple of years ago, which is super cool, and I posted that in the event. I'm not sure if everybody saw it, but you can basically have these little pieces of, look, you can tell where I get it from, John Lewis. That's a little advert. No, I'm joking. So for people who don't live in UK, they won't know. I don't know if John Lewis is abroad. Anyway, no. So it's a very posh shop. I think it's posh, but they have good stuff. And I shop there for food, so sometimes. Anyway, it's a really good, they're really good things for, you just cut small pieces of cardboard like I've done here. And I just paint with them. So I'm just going to show you without paint, and then obviously afterwards we will use the paint. But what I normally do, just in terms of technicality, I've got paint on my palette, or even if I have it here, and I just put it that way and then just scrabble down on the canvas, okay? And it gives really cool effect. You can do it that way, you can do it that way, you can do little dots. We will see when I'm doing. I hope this camera is close enough. I can bring it over a little bit if you want to. I have new set up here. So I hope you're gonna see everything perfectly. So that's it. And I do have little cloth as well, because I like when you paint, I like to, when you put the brush in the water, I don't like brush to be too watery. Sorry, so I like to have a little cloth. So that's just the equipment I have here. Just a little explanation. If you will have any questions at the end about it, you can just give me a shout. Okay. So yeah, so that's it. So we're gonna do a quick meditation now. For the meditation, I hope you can hear me well. I will just close my eyes, so and I encourage you to do so as well. And a quite important thing is to not cross your arms or legs or anything. Just be really settled in your position. So your feet, the best one, if you are outside and you can put your feet on the ground, that would be amazing. But the best way is just to have your feet really flat down, and just really relax your body. If anyone loves crystals, you can always have your crystal in your hand, in your left hand. Crystals are wonderful generators of energies, and they support us, especially nowadays. And it's going to be really like I said, I'm not doing any fancy meditation, just really just to settle us down, and relax, and just let the mind settle down too, and then we will start to paint. What I would encourage you before we will start meditation, to have your paints ready in front of you. So, oh, I didn't mention canvas, the most important one. That's funny. So I have canvas here, stick to the wall, because that was my setting for today. But this is actually canvas board. So it's basically like a board, but it's covered with canvas, which is already like prepared and everything. So they're pretty good, and also you can buy them in really nice sets, and they are very good price. So I encourage you, if you don't want to spend too much money on canvases, they are really good. The Works sells them for like, I don't know how much, £4 or £3 for like 3 or something. So you can just buy a set for yourself and just play around. You can also buy canvases everywhere, and I know some of you probably have canvases. You can paint on canvas which is unstretched, and just going to move my camera because up there I've got unstretched canvas. So it's basically a canvas which is like a material you buy in the roll, but it's already prepared, so it's got the white gesso on the top, and you can just paint on it, but they are not stretched. Julie, open mouth, that's good. So yeah, but you can really paint on many things. And I even started to, you know, the cupboard I showed you, because I don't like waste. You can actually have square pieces of your, you know, cupboard which you're throwing away. Put white paint on it, so have like a white background, and you can just paint on it. You can paint on paper. The only thing with paper and acrylics, because they are mixed with water, if you haven't got like a proper paper for acrylics, even watercolor ones will just bend, just because water goes into paper and it bends. Just a technical suggestion if you will want to have paper one. Sorry, I've got windows open. Close it. Can you hear the plane? Maybe you will go. Okay, no, fantastic. Okay, let's meditate then. Let's meditate and just really take a couple minutes to relax. Hope you can hear me. I've got a tiny bit of music here just to support. Just close your eyes and sit really comfortably and start to breathing really deeply. The breathe is really, really important to drop your mind down and focus on your heart space. So let's take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Breathe in and out. One more time, breathe in and out. And just focus on this breaths in and out very slowly, very deeply. It's going in through your nose all the way, it's flowing in through every cell of your body and going out through your mouth, and deep breathe out. And imagine with every breath, your full body is relaxing more and more. Every cell of your body is dropping down and relaxing more. Your shoulders are down. Your full body is relaxed. Beautiful light going throughout your body and anchoring yourself and your light in Mother Earth. So you're fully grounded. Just feel this wonderful light on the bottom of your feet. You can feel a little tingling. Just feel yourself fully grounded in Mother Earth. If you wish, so you can imagine wonderful, beautiful golden roots going from your bottom of your feet down to the ground. And take a deep breath in and down. And drop your shoulders even more. Again, breathe in and out. And now start to focusing with your breath on your heart space. So long and deep, breathe in through your nose and just breathe it through the heart. And breathe out throughout your heart, almost like it's expanding from the shoulder to the shoulder. It's like this beautiful door opening from your heart chakra space. And this wonderful door is a door for your breath to coming in and out. And feel how you're breathing through your heart. Do it in your own space now. Fully and deeply breathing in through the heart and out. Again, breathe in and out. And feel the expansion of your heart. Your heart is a place where all the answers are. Your heart is a place where you flow from. Your heart is a space where you will paint from today too. Just feel how it's expanding from one to the other shoulder. Take a deep breath in again and out. and feel your heart expanding more and more with each breath and each out breath, creating bigger space within your heart chakra, expanding every single petal of your heart chakra space. Take a deep breath in and out. And now with beautifully open heart space, just check how grounded you are. Check if the roots are still there. If they're not, just focus on the anchoring more, the beautiful light from within you in Mother Earth. And just anchor yourself. You probably will feel some tingling in your feet. And with the grounded energy and your heart open, you can slowly open your eyes. How are we doing? All good? Becky, are you back? Fantastic. This is the only time when I like to see people's faces, because then I know they're back. Nikki is back, smiling. Lynn, I hope you're back there, yeah? All good? Fantastic, okay. Beautiful, okay, let's do some painting here. Let's do some fun. Okay. I also mentioned in the comments that if anyone afterwards will want to contribute to this video, all the donations are super appreciated. And this video will be on YouTube and the link will be there too if you will want to. Okay, let's paint. So what I will start with is touching the canvas. That's the best part. I love this part. I love this moment when you you have this time for yourself and the canvas. So it's this like split seconds when you just sit in front of white canvas and you're just like, wow, I can create something on it. No one will help me. No one will do it for me. It's me who is the creator. And that's in terms of energy, I think is really beautifully important. So I encourage you, if you will paint in your house, or maybe you will watch this video again, just have like 5 minutes for yourself and just think like, wow, it just looks so amazing that you have just white canvas in front of you and you can just paint on it. So I will do the background first. And for my background, I will use different shades of blue and a little bit of green. I'm just going to mix these colors on my palette. I will try very hard to show you how I mix the colors, but I really encourage you, and that's what I do on the workshops as well, to feel what's happening not only on the canvas, but on your palette, because the really magic can happen there. Because if you think about it, from these three colors and white, I can actually create infinite shades of blue and green. Because depending how much you put tiny bit of white and more green, or tiny bit of blue and less green, you will have different shades. So what I normally do is just put 3 colors on my palette, and if you would like to do the same, then we will. I won't really tell you what to do, because like I said, this is just a guidance. So whichever way works for you is right, okay? If you would like to follow me, that's absolutely fine. Remember, this is all about having wonderful time with art. So no crazy, nothing right or wrong. Julie knows we haven't got any rules in this family of creation. No rules, okay? is basically just really enjoying the time of creating. And I normally have my painting clothes, but I don't have today, and I already put paint on my dress, which is wonderful. Okay, I know. I want it to look pretty for you guys. So hopefully I can clear it after. It's just the dress, who cares? Painting is more important. Okay, so I will try to show you what I have here. So I have, well, I should have different palettes so you'll see the colors. Apologize, next time I will. So different shades of blue, big white, and a little bit of green, okay? And then if I will show you what I normally do, if you will put your brush in the water, then your brush will be quite wet, but I always put in my little cloth. And you can just mix on your palette colors, so you can mix them together. Or I very often do, I'm mixing them on the actual canvas, and that's what I will do today. Oh yes, baby, that's nice. So what I very often do as well, I hope you guys can see it. How is the view of this? Is it good? Good, okay, thank you. So what I normally do is I start from a very light color to slightly darker. So I will do the top quite light, and if you see already, because I added different shade of blue, maybe I will have it, because I added different shade of blue, like a turquoisey blue, the color is already changing. To make the top part of this painting much lighter, I'm just adding loads of white. So mixing the blue and white and just really flowing with it. Now, very important thing, because people very often think that, you know, everything needs to look perfect on the canvas and everything. I encourage people to look for shapes from the very beginning. So for instance, like I've got a little line here, I've got little line there, I've got darker spot here. Just things like that in the future when we will maybe put different things at the end, it will create for you basically different shapes which you can add to your painting. Now, when your paint is quite dry, I just put the brush in the water and then I paint again, so you don't need to use so much paint for it. So another thing which is quite important, I use my brush going vertically. You can do it, horizontally. You can do it vertically too. It really depends what you want to paint. But if you will see here, and I hope you guys can see, I've got darker patch here, and because I've done little brush movements, I can have some clouds already there. Okay, so it's really, with painting intuitively, I believe that it's basically infinite possibilities, like in life, by the way, in quantum space, we can achieve anything we want, and no one will tell us otherwise. So Julie is laughing now. I know, I don't need to even look at her. So yeah, so now I'm adding a little bit darker color. So not so much of white, but a lot of this beautiful cobalt blue, which I will mix at the end with the green, so we'll give even bigger and deeper color. And again, you can put your brush that way, but you can also do some round lovely movements. And mix it with the white. When you want to add a little bit of more light there, you just put more white. How are we doing so far? If you're gonna give me a thumbs up that everything is okay. All good? Wonderful. If you have any questions, just pop it in the comments and I will try to answer it now if you would like to. If not, let's just crack on and just go with the flow. So I'm adding more white. So again, just use what you have on your brush as well. Sometimes you have big, deeper color, and when you mix with white, it creates another shade. Another thing with the brush you can do, if you will look, guys, you can just do this. So just put your brush really flat. That looks good. I could just paint and look at the camera. That's so cool. I've never done it before. Oh my God, I'm sorry, I'm recording that. Oh God, it's so funny. Okay, let's carry on. Brilliant. So just carry on really playing with the shapes, with the colors, how you move your brush. I always say to all the people, one-to-ones or workshops, try to do one thing, maybe 2 or 3 times, and then change and do something else. Therefore, it gives, it doesn't give your mind ability to get into, I call it like a monkey zone, where it tells you that it doesn't look right. Just go with the flow, just really dance with this, with the paints and with the art. If you put your brush horizontally for too long, just change it, just change to something else. See, I even added slightly lighter color, and I wanted to go deeper. Now, when you want to go with the deeper color and your brush has got a little bit of white, I would encourage you to wash your brush and then go into a deeper shade. I'm just gonna add. I am just adding my paint colors. Okay, so now I'm mixing basically green and blue, which looks so delicious. Look at this color. Oh, it feels so good. And already create some kind of heel or something. So it's got like a turquoisey look. So blue and this kind of green mixes really nice together. Again, you can add different movements. It actually looks really dark on the screen, but it's not so dark here. You can add a little bit of white. So we'll give this like a nice turquoisey color. Use all the paint which you have on your brush as well. And just really flow with it. I'm adding more white now because it feels right. See, I don't plan this lessons in the way, like I roughly know what I will paint, but that's what I encourage you as well. Whatever comes to you is right, whatever feels right. just do it. So you're just going to cover the whole canvas to have like a background. And again, you can do different movements round. You can add more water, so you don't need that much paint. And the paint will be slightly diluted too, so it will be lighter, which is fine. It's going to dry quicker as well. When you add more water, when you have a very thin layer of paint and then you add water, it will dry quicker. So just keep that in mind when you do the background, because then it will be quicker for you to do the next level. And now I'm just really using the paint I have here just to add more green. I've got some green left, although I will may use it, but I'm already like creating a structure. And just a little bit of blue as well on the horizon. And whatever I've got on my brush, I'm gonna even add a little bit more green there. Now I'm going vertically. And a little bit here. Oh, quite green. Maybe it shouldn't be that green. Well, it obviously is supposed to happen. Okay, let's just clear my brush. How are we all doing? I can see you painting, so that's a good sign. Julie, are you okay? Good. Nikki is painting, wonderful. So yeah, just gonna cover here with a little bit of white because the green is a little bit too strong. So when you have too strong color and you want to have a lighter, just add loads of white and it will really mix nicely. And then add a little bit of light on the horizon. Okay, I could carry on, but I want this to dry, so I don't want to like go forever. I'm gonna give you a couple minutes to carry on with your Oh, I can see the comment. I'm using pencil actually, but beautiful fun. Yeah. Sorry. Yes, Nikki, you can. I haven't got, oh no, I have piece of paper, hold on. Okay, I'm gonna use the back of, of this. So this is just for for Nikki, who uses pencil and paper. So yeah, you can really do horizontal and vertical. What you can do with pencil is you can press it harder, so it will be darker, or you can press less and it will be lighter, and you can basically really play with it. What I normally do with the pencils, I like draw the outline, let's say, and then create something from it. And if you want to add more shade, you can just really just do it that way. I know it doesn't look perfect because I'm doing on my hand, but and basically you can just press it harder or less harder. Even with one pencil, you can have loads of different shades. And then, so let's say this was like horizontal, you can do it vertically too. So let's say it's going to have some kind of stuff on the mountains or whatever you want to be this. So you can just do this. That's not really straight, but you know what I mean. So hope that helps. Nikki's smiling. Good. Okay, so we have our background. And depending how you feel, you know, if some places like, I don't know, need more white color for you, so you can have more light in some places. It really depends. How does it feel to you? It normally takes me like, sometimes I paint background only, sometimes I don't. But when I paint background, I always try to like create some shapes there too. So when it dries off, then you can just really do like a lines with different colors. You still have your greens and blues, and just almost like create like some clouds. And they can be created by you know, vertical lines or round brush movements. I'm still using the same brush. I very often paint only with 1 or 2 brushes, because if it's nice size, I like to just use one. So for instance, like we have one cloud here is a little bit green. White cloud cannot be green, of course it can be. Can have a little bit of green here. Another thing which is really nice technique, your brush has to be quite dry, so not so watery, and have a little bit of paint on it. And I call it like dry brush painting. So wherever you have a color already and you want to add another color, you can just really do it with your dry brush. And again, it's flattened down, and you're just adding almost like a shade. You can add white shade too, if you can see, because I'm using every color is left on my brush, just to really add a little bit. It almost looks like a little light, but that's very effective for. And then if you would look here, so now I've got like a little gap here, which is like a light. To enchant this more, I can just really put white paint and just do a couple brush movements, and it will look like it's a light on the horizon. Very simple technique, but really, really easy to do. And I will make this part slightly whiter too, because it feels right. Again, whatever is left on the brush, blend it together. Another wonderful tool for blending colors is, Julie knows that, fingers. So just make sure you haven't got any allergies or anything. But if you're okay, I just put paint on my finger and just blend it together. Acrylics are drying very quickly. So if you have your background is dried already, you can put your finger in the water, so it's slightly wet, and just blend it that way. But you can also add some paint and just blend it with your finger. It gives this like lovely effect of like a light coming out. Again, I'm adding a little bit of green on my finger. And just giving some light here. Okay. So you could really play around with the background for quite a while. This is something you can really like spend some time and just really enjoy, really just painting almost like nothing, but things are coming up while you're painting, and I encourage you to do so. I will give you maybe 1 more minute. Okay, what I'm doing now is adding different colors, and I will work with slightly lighter shade of green, the same dark one which we used here, amber, I think it's ochre, sorry, and a little bit of yellow, so they like really nice warm colors. And I probably will put a little bit of brown as well. And then I will see if I want to add some pinks or some flowers or whatever you want to call it. At the moment, I'm just trying, because the background is quite basics, and it's all in the cold colors, so I want to keep it that way. So I'm going to use the little tool I sometimes use. And I've got it on my palette. I've got different colors, and just really I will start with greens, so it will give me a background. So I'm going to mix them. I mix it with the actual thing, so you've got paint on the back of it. And what we do is just really play around, and this is the best part. This is the part where you can just really flow. And you can do different movements, and I'm adding a little bit of white as well, a little bit of yellow, and just really creating some plants, call it whatever you want, something at the front with different movements, so flat, you know, upwards, with just painting with the edge of it. Again, if you feel you don't have a paint on it, just basically grab a little bit of paint. You can have a shape of like a leaves or something, and just really flow with this. Don't be afraid that you will destroy your piece or something won't go right or any of that. Just really flow. Even add a little bit of blue and green mix really nicely. So really play with it like I do. Can do really big movements. You can also, if you want to do really like a large pieces, you can have it cut it that way, so it will go on this edge instead of this edge. And just really have like a big. What's good about it, that it doesn't paint all the way. It just gives like these breaks between, which is quite cool. I'm adding white, and look what beautiful what's happening here. It's like white and green. That's why I always encourage you to like look what's happening on your palette, because it's just really magic there. Again, whichever way you want to put it on, feel it is right. Whatever you do is right. Just flow with it. Flow like you like you flow with the background the same way. You can press it more and just create something else, adding a little bit of blue now, and just really cover it. You will have some gaps because we don't want to make this only busy, but just really play with it for a minute, adding a little bit of yellow. Now, when your paint is quite thick on the canvas, you can just really rub it off as well. So you will have this beautiful green shade. Remember, this is intuitive painting. We don't paint like flowers here, whatever. This is all about the whole experience. So you will have this beautiful green on the top of the other green, which will give really nice effect. And even if you will make mistakes like I've done here, for example, they still have a purpose for maybe creating something new as well. You can put your fingers upwards and just really flow with that. So yeah, so I normally mix this technique with the cardboard pieces with the brush. So I normally just really have like a break, and then just checking if it's good light. Yeah, that's better. It's probably me who's giving this shade, but I'm just really like having a break from the cupboard, and then I use the brush again, but this time I will have all this beautiful light green mixed with even yellow, which will give even more light. And again, the same way like you've done, like you painted with the cupboard. Can have little movements like that, so you will have some kind of plants here. Big yellow. I've got yellow on my brush. Look what's happening here. Remember, the accidents don't happen here. It's all planned, all perfect, all enjoyable. So I'm adding a little bit of white. I will go a little bit like, I'm trying to speak and paint. I hope you guys can see well, but when I'm in the zone, I can just paint forever. So, but anyway, I'm just trying to speak as well. So, I'm just adding greens. And wherever you feel, you can do the lines that way too. So if you look, you can just basically put a cross, and I will add a little bit of yellow there, just to put like a light there. Again, in just a couple places. Maybe I will do the same. I will add different yellow, so this warm one. And just do this. Flat brush now, and just really going crazy now. Hope you follow. If you don't, you can always watch it again, or just do your own bit and enjoy it. Can smash the brush on it. I'm going crazy, probably can see. Adding a little bit blue, so whatever colors I've got now on my palette, I'm just adding towards that. I can see you painting, so that's a good sign. Let's paint. Let's be free. Let's be free. just make sure, which is quite an important thing, just make sure that some parts of your painting will be not so busy. That's a very important thing, because if you will look at this painting, if every single part of this painting would look like here, you would just completely lost yourself. You wouldn't know where to look in terms of, you know, it has to have some kind of gaps. That's why I always say do one thing and then change to something else. And you can always have a break. I very often just stay back and just look at the painting and feel, oh, maybe it needs more light there, maybe it needs more light there, maybe it's too busy there, so I'm going to make it slightly less busy, or maybe it's not busy enough somewhere. It's really about the flowing and really just feeling the painting. It will speak to you energetically for sure. So I'm just doing like different brush movements now. It's going like downwards, adding a little bit of white. Every time when you add white color, it just adds this like light, especially when your background is very dark, which is here. So I'm just doing that. Flat brush now, for example. And because I've got blue on it, it just has some blue things. Just adding a little bit of, almost like I'm working on the background now, because I can see this blue there and I wanted to make it stronger, this very light blue. So I'm making it stronger. It's a little bit of green. When I add green and blue, it's going to be this beautiful turquoise. And again, because we've got lines going that way, I will do the same and cooperate this color with this side. And just flow with your brush. Don't worry if you will cover quite a lot of your background. Remember that if you will, you know, the color which is underneath, it will show up a little bit, so that's good. Whatever you will do is perfect. Just trust yourself, trust your higher self guiding your hand, trust your creativity within. We all are creators, and trust is in life too. This is an example where you're letting yourself trust more, and that's very important in our lives too. So I'm really just playing now. So you can use brush that way too. And add more yellow there. Why not? This is dry brush. Maybe it's supposed to be there. I don't know. Just enjoying. I'm just checking time. We are already an hour. The time flies when you enjoy your life. Stay in this corner. So I actually didn't use any brown. Brown can be used, and I can show you in a minute, it can be used to darken some spaces. So maybe I will put a little bit of brown here in the edge. So I've got green on my brush, and I will mix with this like chocolate brown, sorry. Why I'm mixing with green is because then the color won't be just brown, it will mix with the background. And I'm just adding with like little brush movements, a little bit of shade there. Very easy. A little bit there. And that's probably it. I don't even feel like I wanted to put some colors like flowers, but you could just add some some little dots. I'm using tiny brush now. And just really do some dotting. La 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 la. Oh my God, I'm recording this. This is so funny. Just doing like little movements, and they will add. This always adds, I believe, like a depth of the actual, because it gives this like first plan of your, or first, whatever you see first on your canvas. So depending what colors you use, you can put some blues as well. So I've got some blue color and I will add some blues. So it'll be darker. I hope you guys can see that. So I'm gonna put some blues here. My brush wasn't wet enough. Just a couple dots. Wherever you feel like, wherever your hand will take you is perfect. A little bit of blue there. Looks like underwater a little bit, that's fine. A little bit of blue there. Wherever you feel the gaps needed, the color you have, maybe a little bit of more light there. You can do little like big brush movements, or not little big, long ones. Some nice white here. I'm gonna make this stronger. And if you drop your brush down, it just gives this like wonderful line. So this is really playing now. You can really do that for hours, especially with acrylics because they dry so quickly. With oils, I always come to the point where you need to have a break. You need to just really stop because you have so much paint that it needs to dry off. By the way, if anyone is interested in oils, I'm doing a workshop at the end of this month, like an oils academy, because oils are my favorite medium. So I thought I will share all my knowledge, and I do paint with them since uni time. But all of that is on my website, or if you want, just give me a shout, I can talk. Yeah, so that's it. Okay, because I could just paint this forever. So do you, I hope. But yeah, you're more than welcome to, after we finish this Zoom, to just really carry on. You know, be in the flow of your own creation and just enjoy the colors. You know, colors have beautiful vibration too. They are healing us too in different level. So just enjoy, especially these colors, they're very calm colors. Okay, I think that's it for me. I'm just gonna see. Oh, it's better when I'm closer, yeah. So yeah, that was quite easy, but very, very enjoyable. I hope you enjoyed it. If you guys have any questions, let me know. You have to put on the chat, or I can, no, I don't know if I can unmute you. Maybe unmute yourself. You can, Julia. Yeah? You are unmuted, yeah? All good?
Yeah. Thank you so much. It was so beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. And I will I will try to do another one, because obviously if I will have 5 people, that's amazing. Maybe at the end of this month or in August, we will see. But I will keep you updated. This one will go on my YouTube, so you can watch it afterwards. And yeah, if you would like to join any of my workshops, just basically message me or have a look on my website. Yeah, and I'm not sure what's going to be on the next one, but something interesting. We definitely will work in acrylics, but I do have oil workshops coming if anyone would like to try this. Any questions about the painting or the whole process or anything? Just something which you would like to know?
No, it's really beautiful. Yeah, I've learnt a lot. Thank you so much, Maggie.
Fantastic, that's lovely. I'm really, really happy. Yeah, that was very spontaneous, so that's good.
Oh, it was different with pencil.
Yeah.
Not as nice as that. That was my thing. I don't know. It was just
Fantastic. Yeah, yeah.
But I think I was trying to do buildings, but I love the way you do the vertical and the horizontal. Gives it a lot of depth. Thank
Absolutely, yeah. Because if you would think about it, it's really, you can just work with the lines, you know. This particular piece which is above here, that's exactly what it is. It's just lines across and that way, and you can just really create the space, you know, there, and then the lines can go, you know, that way too. So it's really simple way of creating a space. And then when you have the structure, then you can add, you know, movements like that. But I think with these movements, people are less they're a little bit afraid to do that, to go with the brush and just make this like one big move. And I always encourage people to do that. Julie knows that on my workshops, to have a very soft wrist, because whatever comes out from your heart, it goes through your energetic part here with your wrist, and you just really flow with it. When your wrist is stiff, it just won't flow energetically. So whatever needs to come out, it won't come. But even with like movements like here, you just have to just be really brave to just do that. But I really encourage people to do that, because I think it helps us really in our life to just make the decisions and just really do what we want to do instead of hiding in the boxes.
Yes, that's the truth.
Okay, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. If there's no questions, then
thanks, Maggie. That was brilliant. I didn't know whether halfway through I thought, should I be doing the same as you? But I didn't do anything like what you've done. So
okay, yeah,
that was okay.
Yeah, no, of course it was okay. Yeah, I mean, like I said, Julie joined many of my workshops, and the workshops are completely different. Because they are more about, and that's what I encourage people to do, to really paint from the heart. So normally they have some kind of structure, so the subject will be there, we will do meditation about particularly, I mean, we've done for example full moon ritual, which is actually available on my website because I recorded too, but this particularly workshop was about connecting to the full moon energy, and that was pink moon. So we combine it with pink colors and how to create them, but in terms of painting, you during the workshops, I'm holding your energy for your higher self to really let it flow and let it out on the canvas. So I'm glad you've done your own thing, Julie. That's really good. Yeah,
I'll show you.
I'll show you. Yes.
No,
that's beautiful. That's great. Yeah, lovely. So yeah, so you really, you know, you can come back to this and do it the same way or your way. I just wanted to share some tips and pieces, you know, I use and how I paint, and that is why these sessions are for free or by donation, just to give people opportunity to really see what they can create, really.
Oh, thanks, Maggie.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, big kisses to all of you. And I will let you know where the next one is.
Great.
Thank you, Maggie.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.